Welcome to our video on uncovering the history and myths of vampires and werewolves. Legends Explained. Today, we'll delve into the origins and stories behind these legendary creatures. Stay tuned to discover the truth behind the myths and the fascinating history that has captivated humanity for centuries. Unveiling the shadows. The lore of vampires and werewolves. Vampire and werewolf lore has captivated human imagination for centuries. These mythical creatures, often depicted as the epitome of fear and fascination, have deep roots in various cultures. Their stories reflect humanity's eternal struggle with the unknown. Ancient vampire myths trace their origins to figures like Lilith, Adam's alleged first wife, and the Strigoi from Romanian folklore. These early tales paint vampires as malevolent beings, embodying society's fears and cultural anxieties about death and the afterlife. Werewolves have a prominent place in ancient Greek and Roman mythology. The legend of Lycaon, who was transformed into a wolf by Zeus as punishment, illustrates early beliefs in shape-shifting and divine retribution. Such myths underscore the tension between humanity and animalistic instincts. Vampires play a significant role in Slavic folklore, where they are often depicted as revenants rising from the grave to torment the living. These stories, rich in cultural symbolism, reflect deep-seated fears of death and the supernatural, influencing modern vampire narratives. The origins of the werewolf myth can be traced back to the ancient tale of Lycaon and Zeus. This story, rooted in Greek mythology, highlights the idea of transformation as a form of divine punishment, shaping centuries of werewolf legends and cultural interpretations. Medieval European beliefs in vampires were deeply rooted in fear and superstition. These bloodthirsty creatures were thought to rise from their graves to prey on the living. Tales of reanimated corpses were widespread, instilling dread and sparking witch hunts. Bram Stoker's Dracula profoundly impacted vampire lore. Published in 1897, this novel shaped modern perceptions of vampires, introducing characteristics like aristocratic elegance and hypnotic charm. Stoker's influence remains evident in contemporary vampire fiction, from literature to film adaptations. Germanic and Norse mythology present a rich tapestry of werewolf tales. These myths often depict werewolves as warriors cursed or blessed with the ability to transform into wolves. These stories reflect the cultural significance of wolves and their association with strength and ferocity. Vampire traits have evolved significantly in literature over time. Early vampires were grotesque and monstrous, but later portrayals, influenced by works like Dracula, depicted them as seductive and charismatic. This evolution underscores shifting societal views on fear, power, and immortality. The full moon's connection to werewolves is a well-established myth. Folklore suggests that werewolves transform during a full moon, driven by its mystical influence. This belief highlights humanity's fascination with lunar cycles and their perceived impact on behavior and transformation. The full moon has long been associated with werewolves, believed to trigger their transformation. Ancient cultures often linked lunar phases to supernatural events, with the full moon's powerful glow seen as a catalyst for these mythical creatures to reveal their true forms. Vampires hold a significant place in Eastern European culture, particularly in countries like Romania and Serbia. These regions' folklore often portrays vampires as malevolent beings who feed on the living, with detailed rituals and customs developed to protect communities from their predation. Shape-shifting and transformation myths abound across cultures, depicting beings who change forms, often as a rite of passage or curse. These stories highlight humanity's fascination with the fluidity of identity and the boundary between human and animal, reality and myth. Hypertrichosis, sometimes dubbed werewolf syndrome, is a rare genetic condition causing excessive hair growth. Scientific examination of this phenomenon offers a plausible explanation for historical werewolf legends, illustrating how medical anomalies can inspire enduring mythological narratives and fearsome folklore. Vampires have evolved in modern pop culture, transitioning from terrifying monsters to complex characters in works by Anne Rice and Stephanie Meyer. These contemporary interpretations explore themes of immortality, love, and existential angst, reflecting society's changing attitudes toward these timeless legends. Werewolf myths often symbolize the duality of human nature, reflecting our inner struggle between civility and savagery. These legends explore the tension between societal norms and primal urges, offering a lens through which to examine our own moral complexities and hidden desires. Vampires have become iconic figures in cinema, evolving from the eerie countenance of Nosferatu to modern, romanticized portrayals. This evolution mirrors societal shifts in our fears and fascinations, making vampires enduring symbols of both horror and allure in popular culture. Blood is a central motif in vampire myths, symbolizing life, mortality, and the intimate connection between predator and prey. This fascination with blood taps into deep-seated anxieties about death and the primal human need for survival, making it a powerful narrative tool. Werewolf curses vary widely in folklore, often serving as metaphors for uncontrollable rage or hidden guilt. These curses highlight the unpredictable and often destructive nature of our darker emotions, providing a framework for understanding the consequences of losing control over one's inner beast. Mirrors in vampire lore often symbolize self-awareness and the soul's reflection. The myth that vampires lack reflections underscores their detachment from humanity and moral conscience, adding a layer of psychological depth to their character and enhancing their mystique. The concept of immortality in vampire mythology often symbolizes the human desire to transcend mortality. Vampires, with their eternal youth and undying nature, represent the ultimate escape from the ravages of time, yet they also embody the existential curse of eternal loneliness. The silver bullet, a potent symbol in werewolf lore, signifies purity and the power to conquer darkness. Its origins are steeped in folklore, suggesting that only something pure and untainted can destroy a creature bound by a sinister curse. The vampire's coffin, often depicted as their resting place, blurs the line between myth and reality. While no factual basis exists, the coffin symbolizes the vampire's connection to death and resurrection, enhancing their eerie and otherworldly allure. Werewolf lore frequently explores the duality of human nature, manifesting the beast within. This duality reflects the internal struggle between civilized behavior and primal instincts, highlighting the tension between societal norms and the untamed, often violent, impulses hidden beneath the surface. Vampires have captivated cinema audiences from the eerie shadows of Nosferatu to contemporary interpretations. These films explore themes of seduction, fear, and immortality, continually reinventing the vampire archetype while maintaining its core elements, ensuring the vampire's lasting appeal in popular culture. Blood has always held a powerful symbolism in vampire myths, representing life, death, and immortality. Vampires are often depicted as bloodthirsty creatures, needing human blood to sustain their undead existence. This dependence on blood underscores their parasitic and predatory nature. The vampire's reflection, or lack thereof, is a fascinating aspect of the mythos. Mirrors are thought to reflect the soul, and vampires, being soulless, cast no reflection. This trait heightens their eerie and otherworldly presence, emphasizing their detachment from humanity. Werewolves in contemporary literature and media have evolved significantly from their ancient counterparts. Modern portrayals often explore themes of duality and inner conflict, portraying werewolves as tortured beings. This shift adds depth to their character, making them more relatable and complex. The image of the vampire has transformed through cinema, from the eerie Nosferatu to today's charismatic, brooding figures. Each film adaptation brings its own interpretation, reflecting society's changing fears and fascinations. This evolution keeps the vampire myth fresh and relevant. The enduring legacy of vampires and werewolves lies in their ability to adapt to cultural shifts. These myths continue to captivate audiences, offering a lens through which we explore human nature, fears, and desires. Their timeless appeal ensures they remain iconic figures in folklore. If you enjoyed this dive into vampire and werewolf myths, please like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which legend you found most fascinating.